Can we lower those lights just a touch? My talk today really came about because of a discussion I had with Andrew about this crossover between sort of art and invention and technology. And I have various heroes that I use as a guide, and the title of my lecture, Finding the Longitude, really comes from my number one hero. And he sort of came into prominence because of a circumstance. In the late 1700s, I think it was King Charles II, realized that he was losing thousands of sailors. They were dying because they could not chart space without accurate time. Space and time are completely intertwined, and without the ability to measure longitude, you could not find your way across the ocean safely. And in 1714, Parliament passed the Longitude Act, and they were offering to anybody, it's sort of the way Chris Anderson was talking about, anybody can figure out what to put on the new Wired website. They offered £20,000, the equivalent of $20 million in today's money, to anybody who could make an accurate chronometer, which would translate into safer ocean travel. I've cheated a little bit. This painting is from way after 1714, but it's a Turner that I love, and so I get the right to cheat. John Harrison was an uneducated carpenter who lived outside of London. In 1713, for the fun of it, he made himself a grandfather clock entirely out of wood. It was an extraordinary achievement to have done that, and he got it into his head that he wanted to solve the problem of building that chronometer. And he was absolutely as far outside that establishment as one could possibly get. He spent a lifetime building 5 clocks. They're now known as H1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 5th actually was built sort of a copy of 4. So the first 4 clocks really are the signal achievement. What's interesting is he was clearly, a classic inventor. The objects he made, if you haven't been to the Royal Observatory outside of London, if you have a chance, you must go, because they are some of the most beautiful pieces of art I have ever seen. His first clock is really visually, in a way, the most spectacular. And he worked on it, as you can see, for 5 years. And when it was tested, by the time it was tested, he was so loathed by the establishment that they tried to marginalize his achievement. He came very close to solving the problem. No one else was anywhere close to him. They gave him just a little bit money to keep going, and he spent 3 years building another clock. And before he finished it, he decided what he was up to wasn't good enough by his own standards, and shifted over